Okay, good. Let's start lying down, head to the back of the mat, feet to whatever you're calling the front. We'll start today in a Supta Baddha Konasana. So that's the soles of the feet together and the knees relaxed to the sides. You can place your arms either by your sides if that's comfortable, or one hand on the heart, one hand just underneath the belly. Give your chin a slight tuck to find that really bony part behind your head, behind your eyes. For now, there's no press of your feet, no energy at all, really just letting the weight of your body find the mat. We'll begin our practice with a little breath and a little bit of movement. Really a tiny amount of movement. So take like a clearing breath to start and inhale through the nose. Open mouth, sigh. Good. And we'll take a breath in. Take a little longer on your inhale. For now, not moving at all, but noticing the movement of the breath in your body as you breathe in. Noticing the width of the ribs. Maybe they're pushing against your palms. Noticing the little balloon in the belly. Same thing on the way down. Let the belly soften. Kind of the ribs collapse into the mat. Or you can think of your ribs dissolving into your shirt. This time when we inhale, move the hands away from each other, as in moving the pelvis forward and rolling the ribs back. And rounding your spine, pushing the middle back as you exhale. The knees lift slightly, and just the edges of your bum lift slightly. Do more like that, and inhale, like you're arching your spine. We'll be doing this a lot today. Press the backs of your shoulders, make your head heavier, the backs of the ribs lighter, and your tailbone dragging forward. On your exhale, press the middle back, squeeze the belly, like brace the belly, almost like you're trying to hold something between your belly button and the last rib. One more, through the nose, breathe in. Most movement you can get, peel the whole spine off of the mat. Exhale, like you're rounding, squeeze. Bring your knees off of the mat, the feet press down. Make sure your low back is pressing into the ground and both sides of your rib cage. Keep this press, but now we'll call this a neutral spine. Take an inhale. On your exhale, it's wind relieving pose. Hold your right knee and extend your left leg long. The toes point up, breath in. Pull your right hip down the mat and your right knee in towards you. Nice, left knee comes in. Now you have both knees up. Take your hands behind your head. We'll push the back of the skull into the palms and take a big breath in. Breath out, push the ribs down to curl yourself up towards your knees. We're using that curled spine. Inhale, head taps back down. Exhale, imagine your tailbone lifting as well. So it's like you're getting a little lift of your bum as you're curling in, head towards the knees. Inhale, we come down. Really simple, but round the spine and feel lighter or feel heavier in your middle back. Good. Last one, breathe in. Breathe out, come up. Nice. From here, your head comes down to the ground. Lengthen your arms by your sides and straighten your legs up towards the ceiling. We don't want our legs straight up. We want our legs a little bit away from the center line, so you can imagine like a diagonal. Press your ribs down, and let's find that same rounded spine. So here we have to press against the mat. Rounded spine just means like a little lift of your tailbone, like your bum is being lifted just a little bit in the air. So use that low belly. So we'll drop it down, take a breath in, and lift it up, breath up. One more, drop it down, lift it up. This time the feet go over the head. See if you can push your arms and get the chin tucked to get the feet behind your head. Press your arms like crazy, roll down the spine with resistance, super, super, super rounded until your legs come back to your diagonal. Okay, so we have two more like that. So first, an inhale, we pull that tailbone up. Exhale, legs go behind the head, the knees can be bent. Use your arms and roll your feet back. Breathe in at the top. Roll yourself down, one vertebra at a time. Find your legs in your diagonal. Nice, breath in, breath out, squeeze, reach, back we go. Inhale here. And roll, this time roll all the way up, push into your palms. Just settle your feet down to the mat. Lengthen the left leg out. Take the right foot on the inseam of the left thigh. Like you're going for your side bend, but wrap the left hand around. Back of the palm can touch the low back. And reach the right arm over your head. So using that rounded spine, the strong abdomen, just to find the pelvis and the rib movements. I'll come up, joy pose, take your right hand down, press into your foot, your right knee, arch the spine, lift the hips, and let's stay an extra couple of breaths. Like you're tucking the tailbone under, lengthen the fronts of your hips, and arch the spine with more than just the head. Pull the chest up towards the ceiling. And come back down to the mat. Feet down, roll yourself down. You can find that same rounded back. Go slow and land. Left knee comes into your chest. Right leg is long. Wind relieving pose. Take a breath in and squeeze, breath out. Trying to get the left hip to lower and to pull towards the feet. Both sides of the ribs press down. Yes, right knee pulls in towards you. Hands behind the head. You can stick with what we did before. So 4 of those crunches, or hover your head, take a breath in, and we're tapping the right toes down and crunching up and bringing them in. So a little lower when your foot comes down, switching sides, and lifting, the knee comes in. Lowering a little, tap the toes of the right foot, lifting, bring that knee in. Good. Lowering, tap the toes of your left foot, round like crazy, even like you're scooping up the tailbone. One more each side. We're lowering halfway, tapping the toes, curling the pelvis, curling the ribs. Good. Tapping the toes and curling up. This time, lower your head down to the mat. Keep your knees bent. Reach your arms over your head and take your hands, the backs of the palms, all the way down to the floor or to the ground behind your mat. Stay there and press the backs of the wrists, the backs of the shoulders. And you see how there's an arch of the spine that happens naturally? Let's resist that and imagine you're rounding your spine. So push the ribs and feel that same lift of the tailbone, that same lift of your hips. And we'll do the same exact thing. So the legs are not straight up, they're more on a diagonal. Give that pelvis a little curl. Press like crazy into the backs of the wrist, whatever you can touch. Take a breath in, give your butt an extra curl, and see if you can find that same swing. The way down might be a lot faster. Starting position, legs on a diagonal. Take an inhale. Exhale, squeeze the belly, lift the hips, press the backs of the palms, roll yourself down, resisting the mat. One more time, breathe in. So we're thinking of a rounded spine. Ribs back, tailbone up, feet back, and roll down. This time reaching up into a V-sit, then taking your feet down to the mat. Good. We'll lengthen the right leg long. Take the left foot on the inseam of your right thigh. Find a tall spine. Reach the left or the right arm behind. Maybe you can just press the back or grip onto the hip. And we'll side bend, using this to reach up and over towards the foot. Twist the ribs, like you're pulling the ribs up towards the ceiling. Nice, then come up, hand comes back into our joy pose, reaching with the right arm. Pull the shin down and your foot down and extend both sides of your hips. So here, let's look for an arch spine, pulling the ribs up, the chest up, relaxing the neck. Just one more, trying to face the ceiling and pushing off the ground. And we'll come have a seat. We'll cross the feet, hands come down. Step back into your downward facing dog. So feet to the back of the mat, pull the hips up and back. In your downward facing dog, let's see what it feels like to arch the spine. So maybe the belly feels like it's falling. The hips feel like they're lifting up higher. Maybe you're looking at your hands. And feel what it's like to round the spine. Pull the belly in, widen the shoulders, look more at your toes, and it feels almost like the back of the hamstrings is doing a little bit more work. We'll find a neutral spine, kind of like you're pulling the tailbone back, separating the shoulders still, holding the ribs in, and relaxing your neck. Breath in. Breath out, let's land in a tabletop. So take your knees down to the mat. Soften your elbows, breath in, we arch the spine, our cow spine. Stay here for an extra breath cycle. So take your inhale, take your exhale. Push more into your palms on your breath in. Breath out, start from the tailbone. So move the pelvis into its rounded shape first, then the back, then the shoulders, pull forward, the ribs pull back, and we're in a rounded spine. Stay here, brace the belly, and imagine you're being pulled up towards the ceiling. One inhale, and one exhale. Back to your neutral spine. Float your right leg back. You can tuck the toes of your left foot and find equal weight in your palms. Push the left hip back if it's falling forward. Bend your right knee. Inhale, arch the spine, so soften the elbows, lift the heart up, lift your leg up. Exhale, round and pull your knee in towards your chest. Push even more into your palms. Pull the ribs up and in. Two more with your breath. Inhale, arch. Bend the elbows, lift the chest, lift the toes. Exhale, round, pull the belly in. Get lighter in the tummy. One more. Inhale, arch, look up, breathe in. Exhale, round. Stay rounded. You have your left toes tucked. Push into your palms. Three-legged dog from here. Take that right leg with you. Straighten your left leg and reach the right toes up. Inner rotate your right thigh. Push into your palms. Breathe in. Right knee to your right elbow. Breathe out. Nice. Right leg up and back. Step your right foot through, land with a strong inner right foot. Come to the tippy toes of your back foot, straighten your back leg, lift into your runner's lunge. Arms just by your sides and the palms face down. You can almost use your screen like a little mirror. You're trying to get the heel in line with your toe. Notice if an arch of the spine is happening, we're looking for more of a rounded spine, but just to correct the gravity that wants to pull us away from our leg. Pull your right knee in, your left knee back, and keep the legs, reach just the arms forward without changing the arch of the spine. Breath in, hands come down to the ground. Step your back foot in, 2 straight legs, pyramid pose, hands on blocks, or you can come up a little. Push your right hip back. From the ground on the feet, straightening the backs of the legs. And we'll soften this right knee, walk your hands forward, and just step your left foot next to your right foot. Come up halfway, but bend your knees and rest your belly on your thighs. It's like a kind of tiny little squat. Hands on your shins, push your hands on your shins and arch your spine, kind of like an upward facing dog, but the belly is resting on the thighs. Take a breath in. Round, still with the belly on the thighs, relax the head, breath out. Push from the feet, reach the arms, stand up tall. Bring the right knee in towards your chest. Interlace your hands around your shin, pull the knee towards you. Nice. Breath in, pull the knee in, lower the right hip. Breath out, round just by looking down at your knee. Really, it's a challenge for your balance. Bend your elbows. Then we'll try the opposite, arching the spine. Press the shin against your palms. Pull the ribs through your armpits, look up. Good. Step your feet together side by side. Utkatasana pose, squeeze your thighs, reach the arms, really turning the arms on from the shoulders to the fingertips. Hands behind your head in your Utkatasana pose. Press your head back into your hands. Arch your spine, stick your bum out, your tailbone long. Breath out, squeeze in from the belly. Keep going, straighten the legs and fold with your hands behind your head. Breath in and breath out. Fingertips to the mat. Lengthen your spine, take a breath in. Take your hands down to the mat and just step back into a plank pose. Fire up your plank by squeezing your quads or pushing your heels back. Take a breath in. Tabletop, take your knees down to the ground. Untuck your toes for this tabletop. Arch your spine on the breath in and pull your toes towards you, so towards your bum. Breath out, tops of the feet down, round your spine, and let's see if we can straighten the legs and you're in like a cow plank. So you have the tops of your feet down in your plank. Your spine is super rounded. Straighten the legs, push up your palms, one breath in. Stay on your breath out, get even rounder. Nice, then look forward, coming into an upward facing dog. Roll the shoulders back. Your feet are still there. We're pushing the ribs forward. So that's our arch. Hold it for your inhale. Knees come down, bend the elbows and lower all the way down to the belly, breath out. We'll take the fingertips really wide for this one. Forehead to the mat, bend your elbows. Push into your fingertips. Lift from the rib cage. So your head is heavy and you're lifting the ribs. Head comes up last, then look up. And do the opposite. We're dropping the head down first. From pushing your palms, lower the chest down. Hands come close to your rib cage. Baby cobra on your breath in. Child's pose with your fingertips on the mat as if you're pulling the mat towards you. Just relax your head for a second. Keep your knees where they are. Walk your hands towards your knees. You're at the back of the mat. Fingertips behind you. Push from the fingertips. Strong arms. Offer the chest up towards the ceiling. If you're up for it, we're tucking the pelvis to get the knees forward to lift and arch the spine. Big breath across the chest. And sit back down onto the heels. Hold onto your knees and round the spine. Nice. Look forward, walk forward. Back into your downward facing dog. Flip the toes, lift your hips high, and push from underneath your armpits. Breathe in through the nose and out of your nose. Pull forward, plank pose. Just our other side, knees come down in your tabletop. You can keep your toes tucked. Good. Left leg reaches straight back. Find your balance again. So use those right toes that are down. Leg doesn't have to come up too high, but we want equal pressure in our palms. That's the challenge. Inhale, we arch by kicking the toes up and lifting the top of the head. Exhale, we round by making lots of room and pushing the mat away. Two more. Inhale, arch, lift. Exhale, round and push. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, round, stay. Right toes tuck if they aren't. Three-legged dog with one push of the palm, left leg goes straight up and back. You're gonna rotate your left thigh, breathe in. Left knee taps your left elbow. Same kind of rounding. Left leg up and back. Step it forward, runner's lunge. First, come onto your fingertips. Make sure you're really not pulling the heel down to the mat, but lifting it away from the mat. And reach your arms just by your sides. Like your wind relieving pose, push that left hip back and the right hip forward. Spread your ribs against the imaginary mat behind you. Arms reach in the same line of your diagonal. Fold down, hands down, walk your back foot in and find a version of your pyramid pose. Bowing your head as much as you can. It's connected all the way behind your legs. As the breath in brings you halfway up. Really simple, step forward, bend both of your knees, feet to the top of the mat. Good. Bend the knees, rest your belly on your thighs. One more time, take your hands to your shins. Lift the chest as if it's going through the arms and push into your fingers. You're widening the fronts of the collarbones. Straighten your legs and fold forward. Push into your feet, rise up, bring your arms with you over your head, get super long. Good. Then left knee comes in, interlace your fingers to the top of your left shin. Even out your hips, strengthen your right leg. See if you can round the spine just by looking at your knee, pulling the knee in and moving the ribs back. And arching the spine, a little bit more challenging. Use the pressure of the shin against your legs. Pull the heart up, roll the shoulders back. Then land your foot, Utkatasana pose. Toes are close to each other. Reach the arms up and then behind your head. One more time, arching the spine. Stick your bum out, lift the chest up, breathe in. Round from the belly, from the scoop of the pelvis, head towards your knees, then straighten the legs and fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Plank pose, step a different leg back than you just did into your plank. Hold a strong plank. Stack your shoulders in line with your wrists. Good. Pull your heels away from your ears. Knees come down, tabletop. Untuck your toes. So a wider stance if you need it, like a longer tabletop. Arch your spine, next breath in. Round your spine, next breath out. Include your legs, straighten the legs. You're on the tops of your feet. Keep rounding. Nice. And pull forward with the chest like an upward facing dog. Try not to let the thighs touch the ground. Pull the shoulders back and the chest up. All the way down to the belly. Rest the tops of the thighs. Forehead straight down to the mat. Fingertips wide, elbows lift into the tops of your feet. Lift the heart up, look up, breathe in. And all the way down. This time the head is the last thing to come down on the breath out. Hands close to your ribs. Squeeze your elbows in. Baby cobra, long legs, kneecaps off of the ground. Child's pose, press your fingers, send your hips back, head down. Keep your arms long. Keep your arms pulling towards you. And walk your hands towards your knees. One more time, coming up with a long spine. Fingertips behind your hips. First, lift the chest, then lift the hips into your back bend. Let's try to not let the head go. Look forward instead. Pull the ribs up. Have a seat back down onto your feet. Hold onto your knees. Pull back, tuck the chin, round your spine. Nice, look forward, call yourself forward, back into your downward facing dog. You have your option here to flow. So not many flows in this one, or not many traditional ones, but you can take one here. So forward to your plank if you're going for it halfway or all the way down. Upward facing dog might feel a lot easier from coming from the bottom, and then downward facing dog, up and back. Nice, we'll lift the right leg up, three-legged dog, breathe in. Right knee taps your right elbow, breathe out. Hold it there, inhale. Step your right foot on the outside of your right hand, a wider lunge, tap your left knee down. First, pull the hips forward and stay, and maybe reach the right arm back. Circle your right hand back. Walk your right foot just to the center so it's not so wide anymore. Tuck the back toes and we'll rise in a warrior one. So left foot is on a diagonal. Reach the arms straight up over your head. Keep a nice bend in your right knee. From here, we'll bend the left elbow behind the back, bend the right elbow, and see if you can catch opposite elbows behind you. From there, pull the chest up, straighten both of your legs, and go for a fold forward, pressing against your palms, so you have a long spine, rolling the right hip back, and falling forward. Nice. Keep the bind if you can. Turn to face the left side, so now we're in a wide-legged fold with the hands behind your back. Soften the knees and really pull that tailbone long away from you. We're going to pull the ribs back into the arms. Nice. Keep the arms behind your back if you can. Take a breath in. Bend the left knee as much as you can get the left knee tracking in line with the left toe. Push from the foot, straighten both of your legs. Bend the right knee. That right knee super bent. Reach with your left arm to grab the right arm to grab the outside of your left leg. With your right knee bent, you'll feel a pull across the arm. Reach this left arm that's free over your head. So right knee bent, left leg long, right arm grabbing your left leg. Kind of hang out there. To unravel, walk both hands forward, straighten both legs. For a second, like a down dog, let your head fall through your arms, palms on the mat. Really stick the sitting bones high up in the air. And walk the hands forward, back to the top of your mat. Twisted lunge, lift your left heel off of the ground, reach the right arm up high. Right hand comes down to the ground. Plank pose, step your right foot back. Breath in. Downward facing dog, up and back right away, breath out. Left leg reaches up, take an inhale. Left knee to your left elbow, exhale. Hold it there, push into your palms like that rounded spine. Step your left foot on the outside of your left hand. Tap your right knee down. On your fingertips, pull your hips forward. And left hand can reach back behind you as if you're going to grab your foot, but really make it about the twist of the ribs. Left hand circles back. Walk your left foot to the center of your mat. Bend your left knee. Come into warrior one. Tuck the right toes under and reach your arms straight up over your head. Lower the hips by bending the left knee. Bend your right elbow behind you, back of your palm to your low back. And catch for opposite elbows if you can. Same thing. Straighten both of your legs first. And even out your hips. Notice if you're arching the spine here, almost squeeze the belly in so you have one long straight spine. Press from the feet, get a little taller, and fold forward in your pyramid pose. Keep the bind. See if you can turn your feet. This time they're going to the right side, so I'll be facing away from you. Maybe I'll turn around. I'll do the opposite. We're first pulling the tailbone back and the head forward. You're softening the knees already, so you can still feel a really good push of your feet. Bend the right knee. So bending as much as you can. Still pushing your hips back. And then bend the left knee as much as you can. Get really low with the hips. Good. The right leg is straight. Reach with the left arm across. Grab anywhere you can on your leg. Then bow down and reach the right arm over your head. It could be dead weight or you could be pushing against the ground. You have all these opposite things working for your stretch. Continue to bend your left knee. Nice. To come out, both hands out in front of you. Push your palms to the mat if you can. Pull back on the heels and let your head fall. Come up, walk your hands forward. Twisted lunge. Right hand comes down to the ground. Reach your left arm up, twist the chest. Left hand down to the ground. Just downward facing dog. Pull your hips up and back. Nice. Breath in and breath out. Come forward into a plank pose on your inhale. Knees come down or all the way down to the mat on your exhale. Up dog or just a baby cobra. And just for a breath out, coming to a child's pose, soften the forehead, keep the arms reaching.
Like I'm not just somebody's daughter, could have been a nightmare.
Nice, hands in the mat, come forward, you're in a tabletop. Downward facing dog, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Right leg lifts up, take an inhale. Right knee to your right elbow, exhale. Hold it with that rounded spine. Move it over to the left elbow underneath you. Keep that roundness in your spine. Kick that right leg out to the side. Pull your hips underneath you. Fall in triangle. You're moving on your heels and lifting the chest up. So go for that arch. Extend the tops of your hips. Nice. The right shoulder is rolling back and down. Breath in. Look forward. Unravel. Left hand down first. Three-legged dog second. Breathe in. Step your right foot all the way through. Breathe out. Nice. Take an inhale. Exhale. Reaching up. Warrior two. So swivel the left arm over. Right arm forward and land. Nice. From here we take the left hand, reach it back to grab the right hip like that bind. Straighten your right leg. Maybe walk your left foot in and find your bound triangle pose. Go with that openness in the shoulder. So twist towards your shoulder. And we'll look down, see if you can keep the bind, so it's pretty challenging, into your Ardha Chandrasana pose with the top arm bound. So really use the right arm to pull yourself forward. Kick your left leg by pulling the heel up and extend the chest away from the ground. Here we're avoiding the arch of the spine. Pull your ribs in. Make your leg longer by squeezing your hamstring. One more breath. Look down, standing splits, fingers to the mat. Kick your left leg up and bow. Soften your right knee. Big step back with your left foot. Three-legged dog like we started. Lift your right leg up. Take a breath in. Bend your knee. Open up your hip. Stay or wild thing. Land your tippy toes of your right foot. Push your whole left foot. Arch the spine. Reach your right arm over your head. Unravel. Right hand comes down. Land in your pigeon pose. Take that right shin across. Long left leg. Catch your breath on your forearms. And again, pushing that right hip away from you, bowing your head. Use your hands to push yourself up. Tuck your toes under. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. Just push into your palms, lift your hips up, bow your head down. Reach your left leg up and behind you, really working from the inner thigh. Bend that knee, round the spine and bring it towards your left elbow. Pull the ribs up to the ceiling, drag it towards the right elbow, little twist. Kick your left leg out to the side. You stay here or fall in triangle, flip the hips, reach the right arm and push yourself away from the ground. Nice big breath in. Right hand comes down to the ground. Take your left foot to the center. You're in a lunge. Push into your feet, circle your arms straight into your warrior two. So legs stay this wide if you can get them there. Right arm catches the left hip, or we're pressing the back palm on the low back. Straighten your left leg, walk your right foot in, find your bound triangle pose. So left hand down, look towards your right shoulder. Ardha Chandrasana with the bind or remove the bind. Bend your left knee, push off with the right foot. Use your left hand, you have it. Spin the chest towards the ceiling. Right leg kicks straight back. Nice. Look down, standing splits. Soften your left knee to kick up your right leg. And soften your left knee. Big step back with your right foot. Land soft. Kick your left leg up. Three-legged dog. Strong arms. Bend your left knee. Open up your hip. Stay here. A wild thing. Tippy toes come down. Right leg is long, push yourself off of the mat. Allow for the arch of even the upper spine. Nice, focus your eyes on the mat, land in your pigeon pose, take your left knee forward, right leg long. And drift the upper body to the ground. Use your hands to come up. Straight into a downward facing dog. Tuck your right toes, step your left leg back. Stay here, our last time of flow. So any flow, modified or not, that you need. Pulling forward to a plank. Flushing it out, bending the elbows, keep your legs strong. So all the movements of the spine, make them more defined. And we'll meet back in our downward facing dog. Nice, so we'll start in a three-legged, reach the right leg up. Next, inhale, arch your spine, bend your knee, and imagine that the toes are going up toward the ceiling and your head is pulling forward and up. Exhale, round, push into your palms, draw that knee in to touch the top of your forehead. Nice. Inhale, we'll lift the leg, keep the knee bent, pull your chest forward and look up. Exhale, round and pull in. Last time, breath in, arch, reach, point your toes up to the ceiling. Exhale, round, knee in towards your nose, look forward, step forward. Runner's lunge, reach the arms back. Catch your breath. And kick off the back leg into your toppling tree. Make the back leg a spring and lift it up, reach the arms back. Look down, hands down, standing splits just for the inhale. Both feet to the mat, fold on your exhale. Press your feet, rise up, circle your arms over your head. Catch on to your right knee, so right knee in towards the chest. This time, hands come underneath the hamstring. Push the hamstring into the palms and straighten, kick out your leg. You have the choice to keep the knee bent or the leg straight. Catch the outside of your knee or your foot for the twist. Hips face forward, right arm reaches back. Push the ground away with your left foot. Look forward, land both of your feet. Utkatasana pose. Bend your knees, reach the arms straight up over your head. Lower your hips, breathe in. Straighten your legs and fold, breathe out. Halfway up, take an inhale. Hands down, step back, plank pose, exhale. Breath in. Knees down to the mat, untuck your toes, breathe out. Arch your spine, bend the knees more, bring your toes towards your bum. Exhale, tops of your feet press down, lift the knees in your cow plank. Breath in, breath out. Upward facing dog, drop the hips, pull the shoulders back, heart straight up, inhale. Flip your toes, downward facing dog, exhale, really nice. Breath in, breath out. Left leg lifts up, bend the knees and reach already the toes up towards the ceiling. Inhale, pull forward, lift your chest through your arms, your toes up towards the ceiling. Exhale, round, knee in towards your chest, look down. 2 more times, knee lifts up first, chest pulls forward, breathe in. Exhale, round, push the ground away. Last time, inhale. Exhale, round. Look forward, step forward, runner's lunge, lengthen your right leg. First, arms reach by your sides. Make your back foot more springy, so more on the toes and on the heel. Into your toppling tree, kick off the back leg, lift it up and reach the arms by your sides. Inner rotate the right thigh, get the lift. Look down, standing splits, kick up. Step the foot down, forward fold. Halfway up, breathe in. All the way down, fold, breathe out. Press into your feet, reach the arms up. Bring your left knee in towards your chest. This time, interlace the hands underneath. Keep the leg lifted, kick the leg forward. See if you can reach to grab your toes or your knee and find your twist, pushing into your bottom leg. Nice, look forward, release. Both feet to the ground. Utkatasana pose, touch the ground with your fingertips to reach the arms. Fingertips away from your hips, being drawn back. Full breath in, breath out, we fold. Halfway up, breath in. Hands down, step back, plank pose. Hold your plank. One last time, knees come down to the mat. Soften the knees, arch the spine, lift the toes. Exhale, tops of the feet down, knees lift, round the spine even more. Inhale, come forward and then up, upward facing dog. Exhale, child's pose, knees down, fingertips press. This time relax your head and on purpose round the spine.
Hide, you seek whatever you find.
Just walk your hands towards your knees, the back of the mat. And just walk your knees forward so you can flip your feet underneath you. And come into kind of just a seat. We'll kind of reverse that work. So bend the knees, take the soles of the feet to the mat. Take your hands behind you so you can either be flipped so the fingertips face forward or side to side. We're going to scoop the tailbone under. So really practice getting that little scoop of the belly. Maybe you need to bend your knees more. And from scooping the belly, the knees go forward and we're in our reverse tabletop. You're scooping the tailbone, that's the kind of hardest action, and lengthening the tops of your thighs, and for this one you can let your head go. Still pulling everything up towards the ceiling. Look forward, land your hips down to the ground. We'll do that one more time. You can stay with the same variation or we'll lengthen the legs long. You're on your heels. Find that same tuck under of your pelvis. To start, lift the chest, take a big breath in, breath out, lift your hips off of the mat, scoop in the belly, scoop under the tailbone, lift your chest up, maybe point your toes and make your legs even longer. Holding for 3 breaths. Lower yourself slowly. Take the soles of your feet together, like we started. Take the knees out wide. You can use your hands on top of the ankles or underneath your calves and allow the rounding of the spine to happen almost on its own. So imagine the forehead going straight down. The back of your neck is long. You're pulling your ribs away from your feet, and the weight of you is falling forward. Take a longer little stance, little diamond if you need. Almost like you're just allowing the spine to do what it wants to do, which is fold forward and be heavy and be in flexion as we close.
I get you high, you got me stunned. Your lovers do this.
And really slowly walk yourself up. You can keep the same shape of the legs. Somehow make yourself long on your mat. You can go really slow, using your hands as much as you need to lower yourself down. Just keep your legs as they are. Reach your arms really wide. Palms face up. The elbows will soften a little more and get a little heavier. And really simple, we're taking the left ear to the mat by turning the whole head, the chin, the neck. Eyes can be closed, like you're trying to tuck it under your shoulder tip. And with both shoulder blades pulling down, go back to center and slowly turn over to the right side, tucking your right ear, your right chin. Bring your head back to center. Slight tuck of your chin. Longer legs, arms by your sides. You've landed in your Shavasana pose. If you're feeling anything in your low back, you can always lift your hips and scoot yourself under or keep your knees bent. Clearing the mind, not even remembering the practice or your day or your week. Taking your inhale and bringing some sort of color or quality or quantity in your breath. You can count it, you can feel it, you can see it. Just coming out of what you normally would do for one inhale. And a big sigh. Just stay laying on your mat. Not resisting anymore. Not thinking anymore. And please stay as long as you need. Thanks for practicing with me, with each other. Namaste.